Hello, Scudder Peter again. So today's little lesson is on making a Mentos tube that you can attach to your 2-liter water bottle or any standard size. I've been told that something with a lot of carbonation is the best one to go with, and right now Pepsi Zero, or what used to be called Pepsi Max, is the most carbonated of the beverages that I know of. Previously I've tried to do it with a Diet Coke and it didn't come out so well. So ingredients that you're going to need for this demonstration is I have found a conduit pipe that's a 3/4 inch, fits the Mentos tube perfectly. So I have that plastic tube with a pipe cutter. I've got some caps, a little Dremel type tool that I picked up. The nails will go into the tube and be pulled out by the string, which then launches the Mentos down into the pop. And then tuck tape is going to help secure the glue, which is holding the caps into the tube. So step one is I'm going to cut the pipe. I'm going to cut 3 of them such that they can hold the Mentos tube with a gap for the nail, and so the length is going to be about 8 to 10 inches in length, and go from there. So I'm going to cut that with the pipe cutter that I have, and we'll get back to you in a second. Okay, back again. So you can see I cut 3 pipes of equal length, or close enough. It's not exact science. So 20 centimeters, 8 inches. There you go, big tube. The Mentos goes in, obviously not in the wrapper still. And I did neglect to mention I'm going to need a drill with a drill bit, which is slightly larger than the size of the nails, the diameter of the nails that I've got. So next up is the caps that I have. Need to cut out the center so the tube, so the Mentos will be able to go down, and then after that need to attach the cap to my conduit pipe, so my tube. That's next up. So I will be using this tool. Picked it up for 20 bucks at Canadian Tire the other day. It's on sale. There we go. Always keep safe. Keep your fingers safe. Okay, looks like I had a little filming problem there. So last step that I just completed is that with the 3 caps, I used my little mini pseudo Dremel. You get what you pay for. So the bit kept on falling out, but I was able to complete the 3. And the little rim that's in the inside of the caps, that comes in really handy as marking the demarcation for how big you need to go. And obviously it fits the tubes, and it will fit on the tube and give me enough surface area for gluing and centering the cap on the tube. So that's the next step, is going to be the gluing. So I'm just going to get my tool out of the way, plug it, go. Next step, so I've got this glue, it's supposed to be good for plastic. Some could use Superglue. There's also Gorilla Glue. Is also a good one. It'll help expand and go in cracks. Just going around, getting a good bead. There we go. Next step, put it on. Squish it down. You can see it's squirting out. Still centered on the tube. So I'm just going to set that upright on my table here. Maybe prop it up. There we go. That's better. So I've cut 3 lengths of string, about 75 centimeters long. Doesn't really matter. And just for fun, instead of tying the usual half hitch, I put a figure 8 on the end just to stop the string from unraveling too far. So what would be the best way to attach the string to the nail so it will be able to pull the nail out from the tube and release the Mentos into the bottle pop? Well, a slip knot would work. So you make a loop and you put a loop through that other loop. Yeah, man, get my fingers working. There we go. Now put the loop, the second loop that I just did. I put the nail head in there, and now I just tighten up. And there we go, nice and secure. That's pretty solid. That's pretty good. That's one way. So that's one string. And let's see, let's try another one. I think just tie a half hitch. There we go. That works. That's secure too. Now what? I wonder what. Clove hitch? I don't know about that. I don't know about a clove hitch going around. How about a round turn and 2 half hitches? That would be very secure. So we go around and then 2 half hitches. One half hitch, which looks kind of messy because it's tied up with my unraveling knot, my figure 8. And then we'll do a second half hitch. A little bit bulkier. Doesn't feel as secure because I didn't secure the half hitches as well. So I should tighten that up as much as I can. There we go, that's a little bit better. Pull on that. Pull it this way. Yeah, that works. I don't think it looks as nice as the other two. It's bulky in that, so you choose as to how you do it. I got 3 different ways there. And so we'll let the glue cure for a proper length of time, so it's really strong, and then we'll move on to the next step. So I was checking out the glue, and it wasn't doing as good a job as I was hoping for, so I switched over to Gorilla Glue. And it says clamp for 1 to 2 hours, and it still takes a full 24 hours to cure. So, once again, follow the instructions with the Gorilla Glue. So, for the next morning, I took the clamps off, and you can see, the thing is with Gorilla Glue, it expands about 3 times. And when I took the clamp off, I accidentally dropped them on the floor, and they didn't fall off, so that's a pretty good sign. But you also see on the inside, looks like they expanded a bit in there, so I'm going to have to use my little cheap pseudo Dremel thing and just clean out the inside of these a little bit, make them look a little bit better. And I think based upon what I'm feeling, there's a little give, so I think I'm going to be using the tape as well. So I'm going to clean it up, and I'll just use the tape, wrap the tape around the outside just to help secure the lid to the tube, and that'll be the next phase that I'm going to do right now. Okay, unfortunately, while using the little Dremel thing, 2 of the lids fell off. So there's one with a check mark, that one actually stayed on. This one actually went back on, sort of, and then I've taped it anyways. This one with 2 X's on it, I taped, but when I taped it, it didn't align properly, so the tube, the Mentos, doesn't flow through as freely. So I think this is a reject. So for the good one with the check mark, goes back through nicely, and for this one goes through well. So I've got one with an X, one with a check mark, so I can tell the difference between the two for testing on the next phase. So now I'm at the point where I need to drill the hole, and so A little bit of room at the top. Got my handy dandy marker here, so we can actually put the hole even lower. And so we put the nail, just making a mark to where I want to put the hole for the drill. And might as well put about the same location for this one. And just to show everyone, the nail will actually go all the way through. Okay, this is the ugly one, so I don't need this one anymore since I'm down to only 2 tubes. So that's a reject pile. There we go. We got this one still secure, and see, the nail will go all the way through one side to the other to hold the Mentos tube once I drill the hole. So that's what's going to happen right now. And just to check that, just to make sure, put the nail through. There we go. Well, there's not that much showing through, so I might need to have to get a longer nail. So I did find some aluminum nails that were longer, but slightly bigger diameter, so I had to make my hole a little bit bigger. So you don't see aluminum nails very often anymore. It's a really old supply from my father from my equipment that I've got. So there we go. Get that back in the hole. Put that down the tube. There we go. Pull it out. That would be the one with the X. Yeah, that's the one that's a little bit tight. And then switch over to the one with the check mark. There we go. So we are all ready. So aluminum, just transfer it over the string, slightly bigger holes, longer nails. There we go. We're ready for the demonstration.
Did you expect to have an audience this large?
No pressure. Okay, let's see if this works.
All right.
It works. All right. One more time.